ɔmo bɔ mɔden na aberanteɛ a ne din ɛde Samba Dongani O'Neil, especially, and some other players almost started a ding come a contract extension.
Yes.
And what edema emrantian. And Ramete won edema, Dientia, Kroimuno. Ya nam penyifono quite reluctant, sir. Almost a long-term contract, ebema players, Ukruman of the penny. Now, when you listen to I've spoken to multiple leaders of various clubs. Let me hear research.
7.9.
And let me some say Adentina. I won't sign player about 4 years, 5 years. Be near 2 years, near 3 years. First person, me busano. I see you at Yama, a club where a Yenisika crown or the club. No, a Yenisika no, they no, I can say, Ebi on one Sikenti. No, Australia, and Muzans, I don't know, say that is ideal situation. Pepe, meaning say, oh, Kasa from a footballing perspective, sporting perspective, but in this country, a difficult. I spoke to another person who's a penny.
Okay.
Only the team or no one there. No crowd in Muremuno. The players won't dress papa beyond from Momus, over signing on fee, 200,000 Ghana cities, 80,000. Oh, baby.
Wow.
But still, one was signed 2 3 and we was on also. No, say, I 7. Yes, sir, in him, sir. 2 years and then 3 years, a bantam, sir. Now, the average Ghanaian footballer ain't mean keeping a form over a year or 2. The average Ghanaian footballer. In terms of ball for us, what transfer almost research of the penny. Almost a crime, or the upper. No, I started no mama examples. 2 last 3 years, how boy, okay, boy. This year, observe my dinam now. Okay, last 2 years. Kofa go can abram in here. Okay, sir, boys, we, way. Okay, we, or can I ding in am head. And I'm say, still I disagree. No, say I. Sometimes acquire a game of chance, acquire lottery.
Yes.
Or maybe more to prospect with my man for years. Or this acquired because about a first round of year and as a woman. The also won your GDO when you come on 2 years. Or no, a boy, I know a GD, Unya uncle, stay account agents and a mature. No more air convents of the moment sign or the Umbaco Fufro. Now, my culture say the domestic Ghanaian market competition to sign top quality players is not even within our market anymore. Yes. We have lost out. Last season, baby out here, someone. And our friend Enoch Morrison. And our catcher oh, on it has a kaka crab no more and the manager cry. Bibia when in some 2 days time as our friend was unfortunate. But as a Joko Dream as an Kasa. Because the Kenyan club Goma here were ready to offer between $3,000 and $5,000 a month.
Wow.
No Ghanaian club has that capacity. To say crowd here, Kroimuno competition, a free and some. Now there was some sign caneno. Nanka top leagues in North Africa. Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, Egypt. Say there, above from our bedroom babia. Tanzanian clubs. Na nano de ebo league ni na awre ho kakra se Rwanda for no. Eba be fa Kotoko. Lamti. Omo for the best holding midfielder in the league and so called Rwanda ho. Se sa players na de call Rwanda bu Japan Rwanda asem ne kan. Enti you discuss about a branch de the Samba no so wahwa. Abeye ye wo kuro no mu. Na it deserves say because of the performance of the boy. Me no ka say maintain St. Johnny bia or Kotoko pressure say omo Gabuachi new contract. Obi ankan. Na unim say Pole na to Wisdom Basidi or Gabuachi no. Yeah, training grounds of man said in Gabuachi.
Late Pole.
Yes, Nana Pole.
Wow.
Enti as a penny what is Obi as a yamfa contract extension and fama Wisdom Basi. The performance on more be a more be a case. Until you just take the 2 examples. Assuming Samba signed a 4-year deal for Kotoko. On says Abeka Kotoko one Jono pass, I've been an apinkra, what down what da.
Sure.
I could need problem.
Sure.
And I could sign or Gabuaches for years.
Wow.
Some make an apinkra or done in the art is like Jacquebo, some sense about some Jacquebo, some sense some IGP because or Gabuache by him. Bibia just said, wisdom pass it and fire. And you are always torn between the two. But there's something that you can always do. And I know, and in the filler time, you dear concentration.
Nice one.
A branch of the did Samba Dongani a 2-year deal and was signed. 2 years, you know, 2 seasons.
Okay.
Season by quite boy, I can't FA Cup, you know, 2 games. The semi-finals and the final. If Kotoko can win and play in the final. I can league 9 matches. The rate now, yeah, but your ball, Kwesiada, yeah, bomb midweek. Near Samba Kwesiada, so in 7 days, you better clear 3 of the games every year. Now, Kwakoka says, even if we should play every other week, every day, a week be abakwa. In the next month and a half or so, near Bo League in a week. Now, say, we bought first season a week. Now, good news is our Asante company for Nana Penkra Kwesiawa, Coach James Kwesiapia, Omashase, and the Samba, a dinkomo for possible contract extension. Omashase, Yavino Mashase. So, branch and I extended his stay with Kotoko beyond the contract duration. I can't want a contract, and I say, a minute do I count a contract. Omashase, and your branch and a dinkomo.
I got 1 year, 3 months.
Yes, 1 year, 3 months. Yeah. And okay, into your April, May, June, of course.
Yeah.
It's July, hono. Now 1 year.
The first year, no.
I assume. Now I say, Obeura second season.
The final year, no.
Met him so catch now, say, Penny, Kotoko, the chance, yes, or more train, come on. Agency means what contacting and Crawford, say, almost a deal at Yama branch.
Wow.
Inti Samba Dongani, as we speak, Asante Kotoko make the move.
Okay.
To extend his stay beyond the 1 year and 3 months on the contract.
Hatch of folk now more when you about one, no more your mother, Benjamin Asare.
Kotoko Edin Komo at what?
Okay.
Na a idea. Samba no Naniji Kurimupa. That's the first thing.
Nice one.
Samba no ama assurance upon assurance. Eddie Ama Asante Kotoko paying for. But some cars, some children are paying crack with footballers. You know, a bo a coba, but you know, baby.
Sure.
So, touch footballer, dear one, we are on such a boat table, you say, Panay. It in time for GDA baby from my footballer. Making sure as a cratano, or the man was signed.
Yes.
A dear Macoba was and take to Pan say Samba agent, any crima, to ticket and fly Nemra. Now, Bush a penny, or more, and making sure so of sign deal na ansana. Wako, your bully in your room. Sanya Sadia, no mammy in the BCA. Your bully in you, na Samba, I can 1 season with Kotoko.
Yes.
No copium on the criminal agent, the channel transibia be your master channel. I as a Samba at the contract or the Batum transfer request, but Tumzamon Tommy, because a be a baby, I walk on. The Ametian, a be a 7,000, be 8,000, be 10,000.
Wow.
Or being over to need to a second because the uncle to $10,000 a month and for my Samba no one keep and yet if I wouldn't make financial and economic sense for Kotoko. I just hope so collapse club will need the capacity. So the BM catch the capacity is very important.
Yes.
Asante Kotoko, they don't have the capacity to pay a player about $5,000 a month. They don't have that capacity. In terms of penny, so to me, Emma Samba, a sign contract, you know. Before the end of the season, no one to the pay no come because boy no. Mention research am I say the pay original was a penny na nije home.
Okay.
The fact that baby no once and oban penny to become 2 months, 3 months. Makajo say if it's open so say ono a ehwe team. Now o release sika the 2 salaries, o release sika Edema Kotoko for recurrent expenditure no. Kotoko pay and come da. Dabi. Season way Kotoko pay and come da na 24th, 25th, 26th no quick na let na ba. Na na penkramo boy juma with the help of Krowura or Asante Hene nankasa. Na bitapanyu ni say na no Senate panyi ba ko kasa. Say the whole Ghana football for no. The Senate up to date as Asante Kotoko.
Wow.
and yes saa de no encourage abrante ndi de Samba pa
Fantastic.
ɛno nti na Samba meya story bi ama wo ko Asante Kotoko dakoja achi training grounds wa another French center back abo Rasta oye training ho
Wow.
Samba na de ne bae
Wow.
yeah nti abrante no na Samba ni feel happy so he would want to stay.
Okay.
But me say footballer no ɛyɛ wo ne te on de o ka kire no no ɛna man yɛ happy.
Yeah.
Circumstances no wo ne man yɛ happy. Ebra Enoch Morris free Kotoko kodru nkran. Wo ko hia coach de did watara ndi go no happy with his contract no.
Yes.
Ebra agent ne friend say dia betom nie. Ebra Club African Consult for man hu dia betom nie no. Enoch Morrison decide so say ba bi ede.
Yes.
Eti wo nkɔmɔ na ɛdɛ ba obi deɛ ɛdɛ kyɛn wo deɛ no eti wo deɛ na ɛdɛ no ma akwadaa no mfa pɛn ne nsikrata no so ɔnsan afe baako mmienu ɛnka ho sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a so obi ba so ɔbɛtɔ a na player no kyinkyinkyin ɔpɛ so ɔkɔ a wonya sika pa ɛde firi ho.
Nice one.
Na Samba koraa deɛ kɔtɔkɔtɔn no over $300,000 a ɛyɛ bonus because akwadaa no mfa ne
I'm
firi
fine free.
baasa lusu na wa lusu adeɛ.
Sure.
It terms of penny, that is it for Samba Ndongani O'Neill. Me say, per my intel, or you're willing and ready to extend his stay with Asante Kotoko. Conditions li bibia abrantana o feel happy e wo kroimu.
Okay.
Bona all opportunities any high Kotoko supporters li bibia onya no. Samba is okay and ready. But se u jana na ye bolig ni wie etibra ha se forma Linda Ntangi. Ana ba ko ne fa say. Gredo Tanga. Wo mo boss season wie no mka so mo kwa aba no. Me ka cha has for say boys ne massa. Satam na ka we dia 6 months na ka we dia 7 months or 8. O mo ko no mfra has for say how dia ya be mo man negotiate na mo aton na mo nya kakra nya sa me ko dia mama o sa eti mesre na penkra. I know say odi adwuma we menim say kwesi apia enim a lot e was I deals we and omomie no kaboma they will do a solid job for Kotoko enti enso mo yes adwuma abuja panyi second player Asante Kotoko captain Fredrick Asare
I can't 4 months.
Asante Kotoko captain Fredrick Asare. Na Asare contract
was 3 years.
Yeah. Asare contract no so said the kind aka bosome
And
9. Na say
It's a season you baby ya asa.
oh yeah say season ba wie ya April, May, June, July, August. Ne dia no somewhere August bibi ya
Asa.
na okaya. In fact, you move be ka se ne contract no ba wie e January transfer window. We interview ni kwesi apia ye.
Yes.
And James kwesi apia. E ma ye hu say yes e ba wie but nyam e ma na wie ye.
Sir.
Na branch no e me kan che o mo say o mobiem.
Yeah.
In fact, Obumom am a contract extension offer, and I am aware that sir extension offer the Kotoko Edema branch and a chepa Japan.
Okay.
Esa Kotoko Esha a movie Sadi we na a tear for yepa. I may sound controversial on this matter, but in these discussions, the interest of who is speaking the most important thing.
Okay.
Interest of Japan. Number one interest, and it's the interest of a branch at the Fredrick Asare and in a camp and the interest of Asante Kotoko and any agents and assigns Kotoko ever pass a branch ever to us not what bought at the Asante Kotoko Fredrick Asare 2 things either his camp will be interested as Fredrick ever extended his stay with Kotoko no matter no boy you want at the Asante Kotoko and at this point in time I can 4 idiot bia one air can't money at the pair be free baby. No question, sir.
Yes, sir.
In recent times, Ghanaian goalkeepers, no. Wamu enya akwanya bi Ghana na mbebi so ade akyerɛw.
Okay.
Enti okay Razak Abalora.
Yes.
Former Asante Kotoko goalkeeper. Last 2 seasons. So we Benjamin Asare performance was done at the Olympics now. Near what branch you are Lions, near friend Andrew Owusu.
Owusu.
Fantastic goalkeeper. Oni kuro yi mu. Me no kasa yi o Moldova. Wo mwanya akwanya bi a wo de Ghana fo nkwada no ewura Moldova ani ade emo mkobobo. E won so sika na busapanyi ya na ye.
Yeah.
In fact, before Hatfield ever sign a goalkeeper Benjamin Asare no, an agent na or try so they Asare ebewura and now so they be Ethiopia.
Okay.
Kaisa Danlad Ibrahim e Ethiopia.
Yeah.
And those deals were on the cars. And Makacho said, you will not blame anybody of Japan. Saying Kodani deals are no more qua. Ya de bet my answer be shira of some concogiska because can they are here.
Yes.
And say at this point in time, Asante Kotoko ebo pini Fredrick Asare, that's a Fredrick Asare. I make clear commitment and it shouldn't be after the season.
Yes.
After the season, not the contract now ending. Say, or so be signed the amount Kotoko say woman in sign.
Okay.
I'm the penny on sign. As Asante Kotoko started, Emma almost second and third choice goalkeepers that good.
The contract in soon you.
Someone more yard there, but more contract. It's simple. Akwadaa na did Josh a champion. Ebo Chelsea.
Yeah.
And akwadaa no onwu na nimu ye because oko England U20 na odi mu tintimai. Na Chelsea no to players no dodo. Ti akwadaa ne nhunu na nimu ye na okoka kire Enzo Maresca say ne contract na aka de obebo wie. Na mum owie no ohwe say afi opportunities ne ba ma ne Bobby and say then we take decision na coach nka say so won ko ya dimo tu ko junior team. Okay, some best story.
Yeah.
And I'm catch Josh Champions until say oba extending the contract no. Senior team no man me hu.
Yeah.
Kabiru was extending for mam. Was sign be enra or sign 7+1. Enra a Europa League wa mobi. I'm surprised me see the interest. So me akwada ndi ade Fred Asare. And when he pan your dealer. Some me interest is the contract number so go free. They will protect their interest.
Yeah.
The interest of Kotoko and they say as one also a projected players are ready to play for the club. And that's
nice one.
And I may sound controversial.
Yes.
But you look at your interest first and the interest of Fredrick Asare. Say so about Kotoko, the Asane it aligns with Kotoko's interest.
Yes.
Now but if his interest is to move on, because 4 months left on your contract there. When you better sign pre-contract with you, FIFA mra, bossman ruling cover no.
Yeah.
Just with
Pre-contract
the permission for with alerting Kotoko, catch no keke sign.
Yeah.
So he can do that. And if his intent is not to extend his stay, then Asante Kotoko cannot continuously rely on a goalkeeper. Naturally, say on to us on the contract situation of Asare na count na Kotoko for Benjamin Chumba.
Yes.
Because na Kotoko ehun na nim clear. Beginning of the season, a bra Kotoko call pre-season ewo yi Elmina no. E no mo de offer na man na bi so
okay.
Na wonti nipa ne nkana tete ho, ade no so wu na ewu. Contract ne free sa time no. Na 1 year na ewu. Aba beka 4 months. It is a wonti ne nka dia. Then obviously as a club sometimes in Europe it is the management of the club who instruct the coach say player we and Fanny Mobie. And Fanny Mobie. We will not project him for somebody to come and pick him for free.
Yes.
And yeah, also on sign or rest in us to pena. No one be fan. And now so be signing you yet ma tonwa. And adia ba kwa ya Kotoko players e busapanyi. Omo ye boni aya kakra. E wo sa de we hu. E na me ka kire we.
Anything.
Okay sir. Yenya countless occasions a players abo has. Omo contract na ewu. Obi pe no. No I quick no I stand na has a ton nya sika.
Yeah.
Etima me Mahatma Otu example no. Mahatma Otu no ne has a wie. Obetima ko free. It was a Norwegian club na ebe fan.
I just can go no.
He quickly extended his deal with Accra to folk and then told the agent say me my extend my contract with just say mokoto me. No ma beto. Na team na sika kra and $100,000, $200,000 enye sika ketwa o.
Yeah.
In a local market when you lose a top player, Now you $100,000 replacing our player and you're doing for
Sure.
It is something phobia boys not tire, boys and time into my last season. I was not enthused with a brand or call the highest paid player in Rwanda. Lamte, me I'm enthused.
Okay.
This is Lamta. A brass a ban a buy a banny place. No boy into allies.
Yeah.
Asante Kotoko fan free into allies. No. And a ban a buy. Asante Kotoko management then, led by an emposa, a lawyer, a tria all legal fees, a fighting case, with Kotoko's resources.
Yeah.
Our cars, a man in a farm with you. Na timba so pe was munya mamengo. Mesreze William painful nyana mengo. Ampa na go free. Because that the contract
Yeah.
but na say kwadwene Kotoko say Kotoko na ye say ni mame. And your mama extended deal no.
Na kokra montom me.
Omonya kakra.
Yeah.
That lad at the age of 14 or so na about Kotoko. Through the Kotoko platform. That lad abusia wan go blasters, wan go work up.
Ko work up.
That lad contract na so no. Ya no person ni Kotoko tinto ntaye team no. No we Ethiopia coffee deal ne da ho. Minim house ni yanko baka se ni mum yanya quick ni extend 1 year na me kan job no metome 50 bi 100 bi na Kotoko nya kakra me boa no mo ko free it is something na na ungratefulness on the part of players na yom bebo Kotoko because ya na kro imu no ye treat you mu ye pa chen ba bi fufuro bia
No correct.
so mbo Kotoko na the goodies and the freebies no mu nya na bujapanyi e bi omo colleagues omo other teams enya bi but as a team debi omo side do yankwa no omo ko yankwa no ma so omo kugu no omo ko on the last season say ayi mani bre ayi so pa mukwala o ka say mukwala getting into the dying numbers of the season, you know. And ni intent na e clear say o say on sign because no person ko Samba.
Yes.
And no kro ko jiska papa bi o. And na ko decide say the last 10 games of the season won for them more. We are sure Samba for no be
Yes.
Can be affected say deal no so.
Because form no bit me atiako.
If obia or power to obia check said the last 10 games who obia. Ni yembe no. But Kotoko ne boy I hope inside branch no. E be extend it. Your boss season you ya. And also okọ oyi ni kro ma bobeba nju okokra wan fa ne oma ho. Ye tie ya ne say hwim okọ. Etimesere na penkra no. Abapani especially on these two players there. Asante ba bia danam de a kire on. Somebody no or you willing and ready to extend. I don't know because me nya the part of a branch thing at the Fredrick in the management, you know.
Okay.
But the controversial statement to be making is a contract extension of a contract. The man a check. If the player is not ready to sign, he would have to be benched because Kotoko will not promote a player. No, go free. Yeah, nyane sa baby. Me say opa ko Real Madrid. Oka job say sign bi mo ma mo. Okọ Barcelona na say on sign bi ma o ma mo. Baby, I do any be kire bi say on sign bi ma. Examples are there. It abounds with countless of examples.
Yeah.
Once you don't want to sign, you don't want to extend. You will not play the next 6 months. Now you use my platform. No? Now, sir, Abobi, I increase value no person the amount. Yeah, be nyane sa baby. O dey Trent Alexander-Arnold. Nyese pra no pra. Kabon hawa on a Liverpool relationship. But when you're good for the boy, he's injured.
Yeah.
Sanya Kabon said yeah, relationship. Ebusia pensa me champo.
Richard
Felix.
Yes.